Hey fellow gamers, it's Cozy Mel with Byron Lance Games, and I'm here with another Heartopia video for you. It just seems like they keep coming. Okay, so once you start doing the festival, then you're going to want to do the egg hunt, where you go find the egg, you take a photo of it and whatnot. The way you do that is to go see Eric, and he will give you a quest called Various Topics. He thinks people are talking about stuff, but they're not talking about his festival because they're talking about climate change and whatnot. So you're going to go over and talk to Blanc. That's the gardening guy. You go talk to Massimo. He is the chef. You know, there'll be several people that you'll go around and talk to. Atara is probably in the ice building, and you can go talk to him. And then Azure is the person who sells you stuff, and you can go talk to her. Anybody where it comes up and says various topics, when you click on them, that's a person you can talk to get credit for this. Once you've talked to enough people, you'll get a check mark. And then you'll be able to go back to Eric and let him know what you found out. You just read the stuff that's on the screen. And I'm not reading it all for you because I'm very sick and I've had like walking pneumonia for 2 weeks. So I'm so sorry if I don't sound very good and I cough a lot, but I'm hopefully a little bit better today than I have been. Anyway, so I went in here and talked to Annie and Atara, and then I'll have talked to plenty enough people that I should be able to go back and talk to Eric. In the meantime, I had a couple quests going in the background, and those are getting finished up with Annie since she was standing there and I tried to talk to her. So I didn't really mean to do that. But now we're back with Eric. And he says, let's build a snowman so we can get up high and look out over everything. And people keep asking me, I can't build a snowman. I don't have a shovel. No, you don't have a shovel. You're never going to have a shovel, but you don't need one. If you see a snowman like this one and it has a click over its head, just click it and you'll get a shovel to pretend that you're building the snowman better. And that works in a pile of snow also. If you see a pile of snow, click on it and you might get a shovel. Now, once you have made this snowman bigger, you can stand on top of him and get the bubble like you just saw. And then you can go back and talk to Eric. Tell him you're finished. Okay, so he gave you some building materials that are specific to the festival and recipes that you learn at the festival. And then you're going to have to go talk to the naughty eventually. So you'll go up there and talk to him, um, and he'll let you know how to start the first egg and find it and whatnot. In the meantime, I had a couple of other quest lines that go on at the festival, and so I'm just going forward with those. And one was with Massimo, where he's going to teach you about the penguin stove. And then you'll have that recipe and some food recipes that can only be made at a penguin stove. And then the white radishes, the white radishes come from Blanc, and they're only 10 gold each. And then you can sell them for like 30 gold each. So it's worth just planting them, picking them, and selling them. You have to be careful if you make them into a dish that you think you can sell for money, because sometimes a dish that you make requires meat or butter or something like that that costs a lot of money to put into it. So then you might make the dish and get 300 gold for it, but you invested 500 in the ingredients, so you're losing money. So be careful and check out the price on that, because you might be better off just selling you know, the turnips once you grow them. And then when you come and talk to Harry, he just talks to you about ice skating. He's normally down at the beach. He and another lifeguard kind of hang out together. And so he likes surfing and whatnot, and he thinks ice skating would be fun too. And if you want to have an ice skating rink at home in your own house, then you have to do this quest. Okay? So I'm just telling you right now, just talk to Harry, go out on the ice, click on the button that says start skating, and then click on whatever blue button you want to. And when you see gold shining around you, push another blue skating button. So you'll do the next trick. But they always want you to try to join two tricks together right when you have gold on your character. So you're looking for the gold, and when you see the gold light, you push the other button, you click another button. The problem is if you're moving on the ice rink, you have to use your pointer to keep you from going off the ice rink and wrecking. And so if you're using your pointer to sort of turn things so that you don't wreck, then you can't really use it at the same time to point at the next trick you want to do, or you may end up leaving the ice while you're in the middle of the trick. So you kind of have to let go of your W, the WASD on the keyboard. You might have to slow down the W a little bit, click it on and off so you're not going a million miles an hour across the ice when you're trying to string two tricks together. But that's just me. You're probably better at it than I am. Once you finish, you go talk to him, and he gives you the recipe to make an ice rink at your house. I mean, how cool is that? So, like, you can put it on the roof if you want to, if you have a flat roof, or you can put it in your yard, put a fence around it, whatever, make it pretty. But yeah, you can have an ice skating rink at your house. Now, when you go up the road a little bit to this wooden ramp, you're going to go up the wooden ramp and talk to Naughty. And I showed this in another one of my videos, but it's worth knowing. When you talk to Naughty, he will tell you about finding the eggs. And he gives you a long, drawn-out reason about why he made eggs as the Easter egg hunt in this game when it's ice in the middle of winter and whatnot. But, it's a penguin festival. It's ice, snow, and penguins lay eggs. So I'm all for it. And besides, I'll save them and use them as Easter decorations in a month. What the heck? So here's the first egg. It's right there. You take a photo of it. You have to take a photo of the egg and see it show up in your little booklet that, it's like a stamp book that keeps track of your eggs. Then you jump down here and climb up onto this butte. That chair in that bubble, that is your egg. So that gives you the beige cracked egg. So there you go. You got your first egg. You took a picture of it. You jumped down here. You got the bubble and got your first egg. It's in your inventory. Now you take it home and you can display it in your yard so other people can come to your house and take pictures of it instead of having to come down here to take a picture of it, which is, not fun for you, but nice for them. No, just kidding, but you can do that. And then this is the second egg. The second egg is on that statue. So you can see where I am on the map right now, right in front of the ice rink. There's a statue. And that's the second egg right there. So you would go through the same process. Get out your camera, take a photo of that egg, and it'll always go straight to the center. The camera, it'll just center on the egg as soon as you turn it on if you've got an egg in front of you. Then you're going to have to go find the bubble that has the chair in it. That's not really a chair, it's really an egg that corresponds to that egg, and it can be anywhere. I'm showing you on the map. Circle, 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 circle. Look at the map where I'm showing you. Stop the video and back up if you missed it. I'm showing you on the map where you can go to find the bubble that goes with this egg. But every day when you find a new egg down here at the festival to take a photo of, you'll then have to go somewhere in Heartopia and find the corresponding bubble that has the chair in it. Several days out of 6, I found it in the forest. So somewhere around like Deer Tower in the forest. Couple of times it was in town. One time it was near the piano. One time it was near the piano keys benches by the fountain, that kind of thing. One time I found it floating around a sign, a great big sign that was right on the highway, the road that goes in an oval around and goes past everybody's homes. It was really close to that highway, kind of up by where the river is in the northeast corner, northwest corner of the map. Sorry. Also, another thing you can do is go over here and talk to the fishing instructor, and he'll ask you to catch one of the ice colored blue fish. They look like they're made of ice sculpture or something. And it might take a few casts. You might have to try like 10 times, but you'll catch one. And then you go back and talk to him, and he rewards you. And he gives you some of those mermaid tails. And those things are awesome, especially if you get somebody else to do it with you. So you can walk up to somebody else that's fishing and throw that into the water, and both of you start pulling fish out of the water, and you have a good chance of getting special fish that way. But they're very expensive to buy those from him. So to get like 3 of them for free just for catching one of those frost spore fish and showing it to him, pretty cool. This is the little door around the back of the ice cube looking round building. It takes you up to the top so you can do the slide. And you can also look around the whole little, winter village area. But that's the door that's on the back. So you'll go to that little portal, I guess you would call it, and it'll take you to the top so that you can slide down, and you'll land on the ice rink. And then there's a slide from the snowman like I showed you earlier, but those are the 2 slides. But like I said, you will go down there every day and try to find an egg. Now, the other thing that's over here is for the concert, but the concert is not in action at all times. Atara will send you a notice, like he'll call you or show up on your screen and talk to you. Some way or another, Atara will say, hey, it's time for the concert. And you'll have like a 2-hour in real life window of time where you can go to the fashion concert venue. And this is one of the quests that you want to do, but there's no use to go to it when it's not going on. So you can look at your little snowman at the top of the screen, and then click on the little snowman, and it'll tell you if there's a concert going on or not. And if it is, then you'll know that's where you go to the concert. The first time you go to the concert, you'll have a lot of bubbles that you can break, like 6, 8 bubbles, and they give you fireworks and things like that. Stuff you can sell if you don't want to use them. And then, like I said, this is Azure, and Azure has the shop. So one of the things at the shop is ice sculpting. So you can spend 100 of those precious, precious stars. I know, killer, to become an ice sculptor if you want to. Don't buy the ice sculpting table. Don't buy it. It comes with it. Okay, so don't waste your money buying that round blue table with snowflakes on it. It comes with the skill, with the hobby. So if you decide to buy the ice sculpture hobby, you'll get that table automatically. And you'll get a snowman who makes snowballs 24/7 in your yard. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, he'll make snowballs. And then you take those snowballs to the blue table and turn them into different pieces of ice sculpture. You don't get to pick what you make. You just sculpt the ice and hope something cute comes out. You can have pieces to make igloos. You can have ice cream that goes on top of ice cream cones, various things. And then as you level up, which you also have to pay precious pink stars to level up, then you can get nicer and nicer snow sculptures that you make. And then these are the things that Azure sells for the event, and they will change daily. So there'll be 4 or 5 things daily that change every day. And then the rest of the stuff is permanently there. And then on the final page of stuff she sells, it's called Daigou. And Daigou is a process where someone else helps you buy something, and I don't understand it in the least. But someone came up to me and said, "Would you help me Daigou an item? Because those items are not available anymore." So I had to stamp it. And then she gave me some food to give me the 30% of energy back. And then I guess after that, she could buy the items she wanted to buy in the Daigou section. So, okay, so we're going to go up here and we're going to get the egg in the bubble for day 2. I think this is the day 2 bubble. I'm pretty sure. So that's the white cracked egg. So now we have beige and white if we've done day 1 and day 2. And then I'm also going to go ahead and put out my snow sculpting stuff so that I can start that hobby as well. You don't have to, it's an optional hobby. And I have no idea after the festival lasts 6 weeks. So almost to, April 1st. And I have no idea if the ice sculpting hobby will continue after the festival or if I invested all my pink hearts into this and then it won't like still be working after the festival. I can't imagine that to be the case, but who knows? I don't know. Also here you start sculpting the ball and you click on the snowflakes. So there's a timer at the top and your time is ticking down and it wants you to click on as many snowflakes as you can in that amount of time. So you just keep clicking as fast as you can and then something will show up. But I have found that the pattern changes all the time. I don't see any rhyme or reason to it, and it's going to give you what it's going to give you, no matter what you click first or last. Like if you click all the snowflakes on the right and then all the snowflakes on the left, is it going to give you an ice cream cone instead of a square? No, I don't think so. I think it is random, RNG, random number generation. I think it's just RNG. But anyway, I did have a lot of fun sculpting some things. And then also, this is the snowman face photo op thing. And that comes from the festival also. And anyone can go up to it and put their face in the hole and take a selfie. You know how those work in real life and in games. So you don't have to put it out if you don't want to, store it away in your warehouse. But if you want to, you can put it out and take pictures with your friends, or people can stop by your house, take their picture in your yard. And then, like I said, because the radishes, the white radishes are only, or turnips, whatever they call them, are only 10 gold for the seeds, just like the tomatoes. They're a good thing to grow and just sell as a raw vegetable to Azure when you go see Azure at the festival. Now, you can sell them to Junior for cash money, for gold. But if there's things you want to buy at the festival, you're going to have special currency at the festival. And one way to get that is you can sell stuff to Azure. So when you go see her and you click on the Fashion Wave store, one of your options is sell items. And if you click on sell items, then she'll always buy turnips from you, these white radish turnip looking things. And I think it's for 30 of the special currency, and you pay 10 gold for them. So you're kind of turning gold into currency, but tripling what you're getting. And then you can use that. Like, say you want to save up 60,000 of the special festival currency so you can buy a car. Well, that's how you do it. This is the penguin stove. So this is also from the festival. Massimo gave you this recipe, and there are recipes that you can only make on this stove. You can't make them on your regular stove, and vice versa. Um, the stove that your regular stove that has normal recipes on it, like salad and blueberry jam, you can't make salad or blueberry jam on your penguin stove. So therefore, you have to build yourself a penguin stove. It doesn't take a lot of ingredients to build it. And you now have two separate stoves. The only good thing about the penguin stove, since you do have to build one and install it, is that you can change the color of it because you made it yourself. Okay, so iced coffee and the original frosted pancakes are the two first recipes you're going to start with. And most people say, well, I've made two stoves and put them side by side or whatever, or in the corner, like a little L shape, because the pancakes only have one or two flips where you have to click on the flipper. So it's fairly easy to make two at a time, but you'd have to have two penguin stoves to do that. Now I built myself a little table to put out front by my snowman because I want to display my eggs. This is another thing you don't have to do, but I put my eggs out, and I have 6 eggs now in the yard of my house, and I've gotten a couple of really funny notes in the mail from people who said things like, I really liked your house, especially your egg display. Bwahahaha. And I'm not even joking. It was just like that. And I was laughing so hard because you can, if you don't want to go down to the ice rink and try to hunt around and find the eggs and take pictures of them, you can go to somebody's yard that has all 6 of them on display. Right now there's 6. I think it goes to 16 by the time this is over. Um, you can take pictures of each egg in their yard or in their house on display and then go find the corresponding bubbles without having gone down to the ice rink to take the pictures. Pretty funny, but it is something you can do. And I kind of got a kick out of the people that sent me thank you notes after they took pictures of eggs at my house. Okay, so you have to have the special frosting sugar from Massimo, and then it's also eggs and milk. So to make these pancakes, pretty expensive list of ingredients, and I don't know what they sell for, but you might check it out before you make too many. You might want to find that out. But the pancakes, the frosted pancakes, you can make them normally, which is blueberry, or you can change them and make raspberry or pomegranate or apple. I recommend that you do one of each because you get more points when you do a brand new recipe than when you repeat a recipe you've already done. I'm sure you know that already. Most games are like that. So the first time you make coffee, you get more points than the second or third or fourth time you make coffee. So a new recipe is like double the points. Well, if you take your frosted pancake recipe and change the blueberry into an apple, they consider that to be a brand new recipe. So you can have 4 times, because you can do it with the orange thing that I think they call pomegranate, the apple, the raspberry, and the blueberry. Even if you can't grow any strawberries or anything yet, you still have the chance for 4 new recipes. So I would do it 4 times. And then if it doesn't sell for enough gold to make you feel good about it, selling it to Junior because of those fancy ingredients that are in it, then go talk to Azure at the event and sell them to her because usually she pays double tickets for those. So if you want to get a lot of tickets fast, that's one way to do it. Also, the event, you can go there for free on quick travel anytime you want to ride the bus there. But if you have to go all the way to the ice rink festival area in order to do your daily quests and talk to your teacher for gardening, your teacher for fishing, or your teacher for cooking, it's no fair for you to have to drive all the way up there or for you to have to pay $200. So they've made it 0 gold from any bus station to go directly to the festival fairgrounds. Then you'll have to get yourself home for free by walking or riding your motorcycle or pay $200 to ride the bus, which I won't do. So you have to get yourself home, but you can get up there for free anytime you need to, which is only fair since the quest givers for 3 of your vocations or hobbies are going to be up there at the ice rink for 6 weeks. Things done. But I hope that you will like and subscribe, ring that bell, check me out on YouTube and Discord. And come join Discord, become a member on YouTube, and don't miss any of my videos. And I'll see you in the next one.